What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video here on the channel. And today I'm talking about Ahsoka. All aboard the hype train, choo choo. So I want to know who all is ready for this new Star Wars show to come out. I am super excited. I cannot wait, like, not even a minute, not even a little bit. I guess in this video, I want to give my thoughts on what my expectations are and what I hope to see. First things first, I'm just throwing this out there, but Star Wars Rebels is one of the greatest Star Wars TV shows of all time. I know this is a controversial opinion, but it's better than the Clone Wars. I said what I said. Ahsoka looks to be like a continuation of it because it has, a lot of the same characters. I know people have been saying this all the time that Ahsoka is basically just Star Wars Rebels season 5 in live action. Good. That's what I'm hoping for because Star Wars Rebels was great. I'm interested to see how this will develop the series further because the introduction of Thrawn is a huge deal, a big deal with massive implications throughout the entire series. But for some reason, he doesn't appear in the sequel trilogy, but that's besides the point. One character I can't wait to see is the return of Ezra. Ezra is a character that really grew on me in Star Wars Rebels. When I first started watching it, I didn't really feel him. I wasn't really feeling it. But as the show went on, and after he got his haircut, after the time skip, he became one of my favorite characters in the show. So I'm interested to see what they're going to do with him, but I have a fear that he's not going to get much screen time, which is a damn shame. I know it's the Ahsoka show, and it looks like it's going to focus mainly on Ahsoka and Sabine, which will be nice. I like Sabine and Ahsoka, but a little bit more of Ezra would be good. Next thing I want to talk about is Thrawn's design. I've seen a lot of people complain about how he looks, and I have to agree with them. He looks like a blue Elon Musk, which is not good. I know they got the same guy that voices him in the cartoon in Rebels. I don't know if his face really matches the character. Thrawn's face has to feel very imposing, like a genius, and Elon Musk lately, he does not feel like a genius. But even so, I'm sure he's going to be a good character overall because whenever Thrawn appears, he's a good character. Well, I've only seen him in Rebels, but I hear he's a really good character in the Star Wars comics and whatnot. He seems to be affiliated with these two not Jedi, not Sith. We're not sure what they are. They're not Inquisitors either, or they don't look like it. And they have like orangish, off red lightsabers. I'm interested to see what their role is. I don't think we've seen characters like these before. They don't seem to be related to any other characters either. So I'm sure they're going to be something fresh. Because, we have to have somebody for Ahsoka to fight in lightsaber duels. Just real quick, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button and leave a comment. It really helps me out in the YouTube algorithm. So this show takes place after The Mandalorian, which means it's going to have to take place sometime around right before The Force Awakens. I know this this is also another controversial opinion, but I want these shows to start tying into the sequel trilogy. I know you probably don't like the sequel trilogy, dear viewer, but hear me out. These shows can make the sequel trilogy seem good in retrospect, just like how the Clone Wars did to the prequel trilogy. You get what I mean? So I'm thinking these new shows, especially Ahsoka, could somehow retroactively make the sequel trilogy not that bad. I mean, in the eyes of most people. To me, they're not that bad. They're not as bad as a lot of people on the internet say they are. But for now, that doesn't need to happen. Really, all I want is a good Star Wars story with, I guess, decent characters that expands the universe a little bit. And maybe ties up Star Wars Rebels. That's another thing. I guess, yeah, that's a big thing. Tying up Star Wars Rebels. Because when we left off on Star Wars Rebels, we didn't know what happened to Ezra and we didn't know what happened to Thrawn. Thrawn is a big deal, so we need to know where did he go and what is he up to nowadays. Oh, another character we get to see return is Hera, the pilot of the Ghost, and Chopper, of course. Hera is another character that kind of grew on me in Star Wars Rebels. Unlike Kanan Jarrus, Kanan Jarrus was the one character I think that I liked as soon as he was introduced in the first episode. And I'm glad they gave him a good, satisfying death, too. But back to Hera, there's no complaints here. I think she looks fine. I think she's gonna be fine. Sabine, really fine, if you know what I mean. Here's the big thing about the Ahsoka series. Will it be as good as Andor? Because you see, besides Star Wars Rebels, I'd say Andor is the other best Star Wars TV show. And I don't know how this show is going to top it. This show is leaning more towards the Mandalorian season 3 Kenobi side of Star Wars feel type mushy stuff than the hard edged Andor awesome shit that I love. Like in the opening scene of Andor when Andor kills those two guys. Stuff like that. That's the kind of stuff that I like. Dark, gruesome, serious stuff with some fun thrown in from time to time. I feel like that is also a very unpopular opinion. So we're at 3 unpopular opinions. Leave your thoughts about them in the comments below. What do you think? Will this show be better than Andor? I know Star Wars is supposed to be fun and not all serious all the time, and that's why a lot of people don't like Andor. I thought it was a good direction for the series to take in the modern era to really legitimize the Empire and why they are evil. Besides the surface level, they're fascists and they repress people's rights. Sometimes in a series you need a little bit more than that. You need to see what they're doing evil to really feel something. You get me? All right, I think that's it. Stay tuned for the next video and have a good one.